Care is ritualistic. It sounds bougie. It sounds elitist. It sounds um, out of touch and out of reach. But it's really the most practical thing that you do for yourself without even thinking about it.
Welcome to another episode of You Grow Girl podcast. I'm your host, Stacey C. I hope that you all have enjoyed the last episode on lymphedema and the pelvic floor health. One of the topics I touched on briefly was becoming a healthy you. Also, I spoke on various ways to become healthy in season 1, episode 4, topic, be selfish and self-care. Because taking care of yourself is never selfish, it's necessary. Well, today we're taking that conversation even further. We're going to be talking some real practical ways that you can show up for yourself. And I'm not just talking about what you see on the outside. We're going all the way in because true health starts from within. Before we get into this, I want to give a quick disclaimer. I am not a licensed dermatologist, esthetician, fitness trainer, or nutritionist. So some of the things I mentioned today will require you to consult your medical provider before getting started. Always listen to your body and doctor first. Now, let's get into it because you deserve to grow, glow, and feel good from inside out. So, what happens when you take a corporate executive who manages $25 million budgets and put her in front of a ring light? You get a master class in the attention economy. Today's guest is a certified attention architect with nearly 2 decades of experience. She's evolved from a traditional media strategist into a Web3 pioneer who doesn't just buy ads, she mints moments. In 2024, she launched Moments Media, a creative agency designed to treat video as the world's most valuable currency. But she isn't just a consultant. She's her own best case study. Under her TikTok persona, Bia Skin Intelligia, she cracked the code of narrative storytelling to land in the top 5% of all creators in just 1 year. She's the bridge between high-level boardroom strategy and thumb-stopping social commerce. Please welcome the woman who is redefining how brands talk to humans, Askia Underwood. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to chat.
Thank you for being here.
I
Thank you for
really
being here. I really appreciate it. So I want to get into skincare. And you and I were just chatting about that, about having skincare. I love skincare. And your skin is your largest organ in your body. So why do you think that we underestimate skincare when it's literally our largest organ?
think what happens is you create rituals for yourself based on how you feel about yourself and how you want to be perceived in the world. So there's two things, right? You have to have a little bit of confidence or a little bit of wonder about how beautiful you can be. And then you have to thread that to the actions it takes to accomplish whatever that goal is in your head. Okay. Care is ritualistic. It sounds bougie. It sounds elitist. It sounds um, out of touch and out of reach. But it's really the most practical thing that you do for yourself without even thinking about it. I mean, for the large part, right? Most of us get up and wash our face and brush our teeth every day. Most of us get up and wash our face and wash our bodies every day. And so just the basis of like how you live each day and the little things you do to be presentable in the world starts with your skin.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't know how we disconnected the natural things that we need to do just to not stink
Right.
and turned it into
Right.
this big thing where people are actually afraid to really dive into how beautiful and happy and healthy their skin can be.
Right. When do you think skincare shifted from a basic wash and go to intentional care for you?
For me, I was 12.
Mm-hmm.
My father was an engineer. If anybody's parents, I'm a Gen X slash Zennial. So back then, your parents could have a little side gig at work. They could have sell Avon.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the secretaries, that's what they were called then, executive assistants of the world. They were called secretaries. The secretaries, their side hustle was selling Avon. And my father always bought Avon. He always bought my mom a perfume or a lipstick, because he'd bring the catalog home. My mom would circle her things. He'd take it back. Well, there used to be a section for skincare, different little three-step programs like a cleanser, a scrub, a mask, a cleanser, a moisturizer. And at that time, everybody was using Noxzema.
Right.
We had it in our house, but my mom didn't love it, so the jar we had was really old, and I would put it on my hands, and there was something about it that made my hand, like, matte in the areas where I would put it, and I would think,
Mhm.
"Okay." I started going through puberty, I started understanding what oil was, and so I would put it on the areas where I saw oil coming from, and I was like, "Oh, it mattifies the skin, okay." I went into my dad's Avon catalog that he got from my mom, and I started circling things for acne because I knew that acne and oil went hand in hand from just basic health class. And so I started asking my dad to buy me these little three-step programs from the Avon catalog. I think it was called Clear Skin 2. And my friends would come over, and that's what we would do. We would do skincare routines all
Mhm.
the time, peel off masks and mud masks and scrubs. And I was talking about how the pores would get smaller and you wouldn't have the oil sticking up because we were all so afraid of breaking out. At that time,
Right.
in the 80s and 90s, having bad skin, you would be bullied for that. I mean,
That is so
badly, badly. The way that people body shame now is what they would do for acne in the 90s. Like, people wouldn't come to school, right? And
I
so we were
remember
like,
that.
"We are not going to we're gonna be fine. We're gonna wash our face. We're gonna make sure." And that's how I started, literally 12 years old in the early 90s doing skincare from Avon catalogs.
Wow. I remember Avon, and I think my aunt sold it, but I never got, like, the skincare. We would get the Skin So Soft, and it's funny, so I'm from Delaware, and we have a lot of mosquitoes. So we would use the Skin So Soft, which smelled wonderful and, was hydrating to your skin, but we used that to repel the mosquitoes. They didn't like the smell. So, yes, from Avon. And I do remember the Noxzema, and, back then, I didn't use, like, a specific facial wash. I was using soap, that I also, would use to cleanse my body, unfortunately, and then would use Noxzema to, do away with I didn't get acne or anything, but, pimples here and there, but would do the Noxzema. So I remember that. Wow,
That's
you
the
are
thing.
throwing it back.
Yeah. That was a real thing. I mean, a lot of us, most of the girls that I knew used Noxzema and Skin So Soft or Noxzema and Witch Hazel. That's it. None of us
Right.
use skincare like the way we do now. None of us were using sunscreen.
Mhm.
What? Why would we use sunscreen? We're black. Excuse me. Sunscreen came with me when God made me. That is what I was
Right.
told as a child. You don't need sunscreen. Sunscreen is for white people. It was like, "Oh,
Yes.
wrong,
Yes.
mom, okay? Wrong,
Ma
incorrect information." I mean,
Right.
I can even say I would abuse my skin. I would put Vaseline on. We had a pool, really big pool in our backyard, and I would put Vaseline on my body, and I would go outside, and I would lay in the sun.
Oh my goodness.
Wanted to be really deep, like deep. Like, do you see how my skin is like kinda like you see a yellow undertone? In the
Huh?
summertime, I get really chocolate. I saw that one summer and I was like, "I must have it ongoing." So I would literally put Vaseline from here all over my body, and I would lay down in the sun. I'd fall asleep, I'd wake up, I put Vaseline on my back, I turn over, I do it again, all
Oh,
the
wow.
time, all through the summers. It wasn't until I got pregnant with my first son where I tried to do that again, and I got my first
Mhm.
sunburn, and I was like, "Pregnancy has ruined my skin." And it was like, "No, girl, no. You're putting petroleum on your skin and laying out in the California sun next to a pool, falling asleep in the sun." Like, my skin just started peeling everywhere, everywhere. And that's when I was like, "Oh, okay. Maybe my mama was wrong." And my OB was like, "If you don't use sunscreen, don't even waste your time going outside. You're gonna get skin cancer." And I was like he was like, "Why do you think you can't get skin cancer?" I said, "Because I'm black." He said, "That is a myth." Changed everything for me.
Wow.
He said, "That's a myth."
Yes, it is. Definitely.
It worked.
Definitely. Skincare, can include, various pre-cleanses, face washes, serums, eye creams, eye serums, dark spot correctors, moisturizers, and sunblock. So I want to talk about getting to understand the ingredients and understanding what's in these labels. So, what does niacinamide do, and who should use it?
Okay. Niacinamide is one of the most widely talked about skincare ingredients because it does so many things. Okay. It can
Mm-hmm.
work on moisture retention in the skin, which means it can help with dry skin. It works to clear out the gunk in the pores, literally dissolves oil in the pore. So it can be great for oily and combination skin. It's great at pore minimization, pore control, balancing the skin's tone and texture. When we say tone and texture as it relates to niacinamide, it essentially means not discoloration, even though they will say it. It can partner well with other ingredients that are designed to brighten the skin. But the texture of your skin, a lot of it is related to how light reflects and how deep the gunk is in your pores. So, pitted, like orange skin, we call it sometimes, it can really help smooth that skin, which improves the tone, how it essentially reflects light. I think it also gets a bad rap because people expect for it to be the end all be all. They want it to correct
Mm-hmm.
dark spots, they want it to minimize pores, they want it to reduce acne, they want it to, and it can't do all of those things for you if you're not using formulas that partner it with the products or the ingredients rather that can do that thing. So niacinamide with salicylic acid. Yes, for acne control. Yes, if you're using retinol, you want to use those two together, especially if you have combination oily skin. Niacinamide with tranexamic acid. Clock that T. Niacinamide with vitamin C. Yes, but niacinamide on its own is really just a really great skincare ingredient for checking a lot of boxes when it comes to skincare claims.
Right. How do you know which ingredients are safe to mix? Because you just talked about using, niacinamide with other things. So, how do you know which ones are safe to mix?
I studied. I also
Mm-hmm.
experimented on my own face a lot.
Mm.
So I've been reading the back of labels since I was 12, right? And so reading it, trying to understand, okay, what's on the front of it? What's on the back of it? What's in this and what did it do to my skin? Always trying to remember so I could tell my friends, like, girl, come over, I got a new mask. It does this thing. It made my skin lighter, or it made my skin like look all firm and pretty and glowy. All I do is put on witch hazel and look at my skin, right? That was my brag moment, knowing the ingredients. And we had encyclopedias in our house, and I had to go straight to them every time. I've known about niacinamide and salicylic acid since I was literally an adolescent girl. So I've never been afraid to combine those. And you will notice if you read the back of labels that those things are often formulated together when it's designed for a specific skincare concern. So you start with your concern, go to any store. Just look at the formulas. You'll be like, okay, I have acne prone skin. You're going to see salicylic acid almost all the time. You're going to see niacinamide almost all the time because niacinamide can dissolve the oil, which can clog the pore that will cause acne.
Mm-hmm.
So all of the formulas when it comes to skincare, depending on what it's designed to address, use this kind of like I call it circumvention, where it's like this ingredient works with this ingredient, works with this ingredient, and you will see it consistently. Whether that skincare product is from Korea, America, Australia, you'll see those unique ingredients tied to specific skincare concerns all the time. It really isn't, it's way simpler than they want us to know
Mm-hmm.
because we don't read
Yes,
our skincare labels like we read our food labels.
that's true.
We should. Read your skincare labels like you read your food labels with intention. I tell every Black woman, does your skincare have Centella asiatica in it?
What
Our
does
skin
that
is
do?
hyperreactive and hypersensitive. I don't care if you're
Mm-hmm.
combination oily, acne prone, dry. Our skin is hyperreactive. You put something on that doesn't like you're going to see it like that. It's not going to take a week.
Mm.
It's not going to take 2 weeks. It might take 2 days before you're like, this isn't right. And all of
You
that.
are so right. I'm sitting here shocked thinking you're so right because I've used, like you've said, I've tried things for me, to try to see what works for my skin. I do know I have sensitive skin, but I try different things that are sensitive, appropriate for my skin. And I will notice that if some people can use certain things and I'll try it, as a suggestion. And I'm like, I can't use this. It's too harsh for my skin. And like you said, it's a quick turnaround with that. It doesn't take a week for me to notice it.
No.
It's like a couple of days.
Yeah, I think that Black women specifically, okay, so whoever sees this that's not in the Black community, it may apply to you. So, Black women's skin is sensitive by nature.
Mhm.
It is. And our skin has gotten more sensitive over the last 25 years. My mother gardened in the hot sun every day. My brother mowed our grass in the hot sun, never complained about a sun issue or sun concern. They all use sunscreen now. So we need to be really mindful that maybe the things that we got away with in the 80s and 90s, we got a different sun now.
Right. Definitely.
The sun hits different now. Our skin is older, our skin requires more and depending on how much sunscreen you use and how often you reapply your skin has some very unique sensitivities related to that. Also, Black people love to use hot water, burning hot water on their skin. We don't feel clean. Let's just almost boiling if you could take it. If we could boil ourselves, we would. That
Guilty.
damages the skin barrier. That really hot water damages the skin barrier. So your skin, you're constantly putting lotion on because your skin is like, it's always looking dry, always looking ashy. No, your skin barrier is damaged because the temperature of the water is too high. And people notice when I tell them, I'm like, listen, just cool the water now. Go warm. Go warm on the shower. You're going to be clean, baby. You're going to be fine. Okay. Go warm on your shower. Watch how little you rely on lotion. Watch how your skin changes on your legs. On your legs. An area that we cover up. You live on the East Coast. You cover your legs 6 months out the year. Your legs should never be ashy. They're not exposed to the sun. They're not exposed to the environment.
Right.
Go warm on your shower. When I say that is a game changing, just one little note, change that water temperature. Look at that skin barrier because our skin is sensitive because of the heat and the
Mm.
environmental things that we're doing to it, not necessarily because it's just true, like sensitive skin, like categorical sensitive skin. I bet your skin is not as sensitive as you think, is what I'm trying to say. It's just very
Okay.
reactive. Your skin's like, whoa,
Right.
whoa, whoa, whoa. I don't know if I like that.
Mm.
And that's okay. That's okay. Sometimes pushing through that is where you're like, you find your favorite skincare products, honestly.
Mhm. Yes.
Honestly.
No. Okay. What's the difference between AHAs?
AHAs are alpha hydroxy acids. That's like your glycolic acid, your lactic acid. BHA, I think even mandelic acid is an AHA. BHA is essentially salicylic acid. It's a beta hydroxy acid. I personally love them both. I
Mhm.
make sure they're in my skincare routine now from head to toe because they work exceptionally well at dissolving the dead skin cells on the surface of the skin. You need two things when it comes to exfoliation. You need a product to dissolve the bond between the dead skin cells, like the glue, which is what AHAs do. BHAs go down
Mhm.
deeper into the pores to dissolve the gunk under the surface of the skin. So you want those two together. But you also want a physical exfoliator. And if you can get a physical exfoliator with AHAs, that's tea because you really want to get that icky old skin off your body. Remember, like you said in the beginning, your skin is our biggest organ. You want it to be as exfoliated and fresh as possible all the time. You want those cells turning over. You want to be really mindful about exfoliation because it helps with circulation of the
Mhm.
body, the internal systems. So all of these things that like seem like just aesthetic driven, no, they're really practical for like just the pureness of your body function.
Right. Right.
So we love those 2. I love them both. I want everybody to have both. But you must use sunscreen.
Mm. Yes.
It's you if you're going to use an AHA product, you have to use sunscreen. You can't go, "Oh, I'm not gonna use my sunscreen today," because when you go out in the sun, your skin is going to overheat, okay?
Yes.
It's going to get a sunburn, and that can take 3 weeks or 3 months to repair. Just 20 minutes out in the sun. You now have a skin concern for 3 weeks? Or 3 months when you could have put a dollop of sunscreen on? I say get the dollop. Get your AHAs for sure because it's so beautiful on the skin. You want glowy skin texture, smooth skin texture, glass skin, AHAs
Okay.
for
We all hear
sure.
I hope the listeners hear that. For glass skin, you
For
need AHAs.
But also on the body. Like if you want I call these the fleshier mounds, like our breasts, our buttocks. Put your AHA products on that skin. Put it on your
Mhm.
arms, put it on your elbows. It's gonna help with smoothing out rough texture. It's gonna decrease your body's propensity to break out. You're gonna love the way your skin feels. You're going to
Right.
love, you're going to want to just touch your body, which is a natural way to self soothe and another way to really like kind of fall in love with yourself again. If you've just become a little disconnected from your physical
Mhm.
being.
Yes. Can you walk us through a simple but effective skincare routine?
Okay. Simple skincare routine for acne prone skin. Number one is to double cleanse. I love a great cleansing oil. The K Beauty brands have some phenomenal ones. I like Anua's cleansing oil. First of all, you want something that's going to be able to lift your sunscreen off.
Mhm.
Lift your sunscreen, skin tint if you're using that, if you're wearing any makeup, lash glue, bronzer, anything. You want all that stuff lifted away from the face, rinsed off, and then your cleanser can go onto the skin, your water-based cleanser, okay? Your water-based cleanser should be on your skin for 60 seconds. So, not simple for a lot of people. You have to kind of train yourself to spend 30 to 60 seconds on the first step of your double cleansing routine and then 60 full seconds on the second. So, 2-minute double cleanse. That's number one. Number two,
Uh-huh.
allow your skin to air dry. New discipline for people. If you're not going to use individual cleansing towels that are disposable, do not put terry on your face. No, use individual disposable towels or give yourself the time to allow for your skin to air dry. Once the skin is air dried, assess the skin. Look at your skin. What does my skin need? Are my pores looking enlarged? Do I feel like my skin is completely clean? Should I wash it one more time? Really touch your face. Do you feel any congestion under the skin? Right? That is when you choose your next step, whether that's going to be a toner or a serum designed to address your skin that day in that
Mhm.
moment. Okay. There is no one size fits all approach to skincare using the same thing every single day for 30 years. You weren't born in the 40s. Let that go. That concept, let that go. Look at your skin every day. Did you eat something? Is your cycle coming? Did you have a night of bad sleep? Have you not been taking your supplements? Look at your skin. Whatever you're doing to yourself will show up in your skin every day. Okay? So we're double cleansing for 2 minutes. We're using a toner or a serum designed to address our skincare concern. Let's say we're acne prone. The toner should have be a calming toner. I like a skin
Mhm.
calming toner, something designed to reduce redness, skin irritation. Those work really well at helping decrease the height of acne, just kind of like softening the look of the acne. Then you want to use your BHA serum. You can also use a BHA toner. If you've used a skin calming toner, your next toner can be like a gentle exfoliating toner. Okay. So something that has BHA. You can put a serum that has salicylic acid. So BHA, again, we're stacking those ingredients and then we're making sure that we're giving ourselves time in between each step so that the products can absorb, get into the skin, and then you can put your moisturizer on top if you want to. Or if you have a moisturizing sunscreen, you can put that. Or if you have a skin tint, that's a mineral sunscreen, you can use that. That's the simplest. Double cleanse, tone, or serum, then your moisturizer or moisturizing sunscreen.
Hey. What is the step that you think people skip the most?
Exfoliation.
I was guessing sunscreen.
I think it's interesting. I spend a lot of time in TikTok product marketplace,
Huh?
and I can see the tones that sell out, and the deeper spectrum is very consistently sold out for most brands. So it tells me whether we're using and purchasing more sunscreen products related to our skin tone. So
Mhm.
that's not my concern, but exfoliation consistently definitely is.
Oh, okay.
Definitely.
Do you think that are expensive products really better or is it just marketing?
That's a great question. As a person who's a marketer, it depends. Okay. I'm going to say there are certain skincare ingredients that you should not pay over $20 for, no matter the formulation, right? Those are going to be salicylic acid, niacinamide. You can buy them individually for like $6 an ounce, $8 an ounce. Where you see the brands cross over into that 30, 40 range, it gets a little interesting, right? Because it's not necessarily that the product is more efficacious. It's that maybe it's a glass bottle, maybe it's the quantity versus giving you a 1 ounce bottle, they're giving you a 4 ounce. So it's like math,
Right.
it's just multiplication. So you aren't necessarily losing anything in value, but it just feels more expensive. You're just paying for more upfront, essentially, right? So that's one thing people should pay attention to. Look at the ingredients, understand what they would cost individually. And the best way to do that is to look at the ordinary, the brand,
Mhm.
because they sell things simple, unique ingredient. You can get your salicylic acid serum, you can get your alpha arbutin serum, you can get your niacinamide serum, your hyaluronic acid, but you can get all of those in one product. And sometimes when you plus, it may be more than this product that's 4 ounces. So it's the math
Right.
of your pocketbook and the math of ingredients. Now, there are prestige brands. Prestige brands are those like cemented in the department store. They're great with the gift with purchase. Those brands typically are over $50. And the unique thing that you'll notice about them is that they combine acids, actives, plant botanicals. That plant botanical piece outside of Centella asiatica is where things get very tricky and very expensive. They're also typically using proprietary skincare technologies they've developed, like Clarins, for example. They have award winning skincare. Why? They're
Mhm.
using organic reeds and plants and combining them to address even blue light effects on the skin. Other brands aren't doing that. Do you want to pay for that if you're in front of a computer? Yes. Do you want to make sure that the environmental factors you're not accounting for are being addressed in your skincare routine? Yes. Does that cost more money? Yes. Yes, it does.
Mhm.
Now, what I will say about the brands that are more efficacious is that you don't need to use them every day. You will see that you can use those products for a week straight. Look at your skin. If their claims around what will improve in your skin are showing up on your face, go every other day. I tell everybody, don't play with your money every other day because your skin is going to be like, yes, thank you. Yes, thank you. Do your normal routine, boost your skin. Normal routine, boost your skin. So it's really just a matter of how much money you have on that day, what you're working to address in the next 2 to 3 to 4 weeks, right? And if you can do skincare math based on ingredients.
Okay. I like that. Thank you for the tip.
You're
I wanna get into Korean skincare. This is actually something that I actually love personally. I use Korean skincare products, and I know on social media there are various posts about Korean skincare, especially on TikTok. And I know their skincare, is really, really good, especially, the ones that are coming straight from Korea. And they usually target, various skin types. Are there any specific brands that you actually like for Korean skincare?
my gosh, I am a K beauty stan. I love K beauty. And that's why this is to say, if you have a prestige brand that has created a product that you love, go every other day, baby, because you got to get your Korean skincare in. And you can actually, once you understand how to stack those ingredients, you can modulate and use them in the same routine. K beauty brands, though, that I love. Anua got a bad rap. I left Anua alone. I think I'm the last person to start using Anua because I was looking at some of the before and afters that felt fake to me. Yeah. So I feel like they got a bad rap because their skincare products ended up in the hands of people that were using their before and after pictures to monetize the brand without necessarily even telling the story or showing people them apply the product on the skin. And then people were buying these systems, right? And then they were breaking out and they blame it on the brand and say the brand is not good. And I was like, you can't just go from whatever you've been doing, water
Right,
or bar soap, right? Straight into K beauty. Like take your time. Just use the cleanser for the first week. Let's
right.
use the cleanser. See how your skin is doing. Add the toner. Go another week.
Mhm,
Add the next thing. Go another week. Don't mask cleanser. You know what I mean? You can't do that with that brand. I got the products last year, at the end of last year, and I was like, people are crazy. This is a phenomenal brand. Like, people are nuts. I went to a master class that they had at TikTok I was invited to, and I was sitting in the back skeptical. Like, I
mm,
heard you guys break people out and that you guys use fake influencers. And I asked them, they're like, we do not. They got our product and they posted like that. We believe that the
mhm.
results came from our product, but we have changed our formulations because remember, we are Americans. Okay. What we eat, lifestyles are very different than that of Koreans in Korea.
Right,
Right. So, us wanting to have this amazing glass skin after one skincare routine is a crazy work.
right,
You have to let your body, like we need to, Americans specifically, need to be really mindful that what we're putting in our body does affect how our skincare works on our body, right? How it reflects on the outside. So I love Anua. Down. Medicube has some cool products. I like Dr. Malaxin a
Mhm.
lot. My favorite right now is Skin 1004.
Yes.
Skin 1004 is exceptional. I have all of their collections except the the blue one, which is all about like dry skin, 'cause I don't have dry skin.
Mhm.
I don't have their acne one, which has like their tea tree product line. I have their poremizing collection, which is designed to minimize pores. I'm wearing it now. I have their
Mhm.
tone brightening collection, literally the cleanser, the toner, the serum, right? The cleansing foam, excuse me, the toner, the serum, and the moisturizer. I have their OG collection. What I love the most about this brand is that every single time I do, even if I just single cleanse, no cleansing oil, my skin is clean, clean.
Right.
Okay. Not, I don't have to do a double cleanse if I don't want to. It's my option. Very cleansing. If it says it's going to brighten the tone of your skin, does. Pore minimization. I love that collection. It has peptides in it. It has a new ingredient, Himalayan salt. And I love that they use centella from its purest form from Madagascar. So it's
Wow.
botanicals from Africa in that collection. When I say the
Mhm.
brand eats, it's my tier one favorite. Now, does Anua
Yes.
have fantastic innovation? They do. They have some great toner pads that I like. I like their serums. They're easy to wear on the skin. You can wear them under your sunscreen. I like Anua Zero Cast sunscreen. I like Anua Dr. Malaxin Skin 1004. Of course, these are not in any particular. I like April Skin.
Oh, I've never heard
Okay,
of them.
for hyperpigmentation, I love
Mhm.
April Skin's TXA line. Oh,
Mm.
phenomenal, especially if you're a person that has acne across the chest, dark
Mhm.
spots in large areas on the face, the cheeks, the chin, the forehead. TXA line from April Skin,
Mhm.
attack it. Once your skin gets in balance, you use up all your products from them, go to Skin 1004. Stay at Skin 1004. I don't wanna, like, stay. Like, that I just love that brand, and each collection is only, like, $50
Yes.
for 4 pieces, and everything is large, so you can share it with your man or your partner. Everything is it's not 1 ounces, so you can it
Right.
lasts it's like $25 a month kinda, low key when you get it with coupons. If you're really intentional, you don't need more than that much of the cleanser.
Mhm.
Everything is just so good. Breakouts, why? Why would you be breaking out? Why? Because the
Yeah.
centella is designed to not only inhibit tyrosinase, so even if you do break out, you shouldn't be getting massive dark spots because you're consistently treating that skin concern with just one
Mhm.
ingredient from them. So those are my favorites. Those are my favorites. I'll stop there. I do have a few other like little nuanced things that I like from brands. Like I like Round Labs sunscreen. Oh, you know
Mhm.
what? Mixsoon.
Yes.
Okay, Mixsoon has a PDRN collagen collection, PDRN collagen peptide collection.
Mhm.
Eats. Okay, let's say you have a flight. You better do that Mixsoon collect. Well, first of all, exfoliate your skin. Do your Mixsoon collection. Take your Skin 104 travel set with you so you can use it there. But do your Mixsoon routine for the days leading up. You will get off that flight and that skin is gonna look ridiculous. It's something like you never traveled.
Right.
Love Mixsoon. Mixsoon has a great beauty device, does not get talked about because everybody's on Medicube's device and they spent their $200 and everybody wants to. It's a great device. I have them all. I have multiple
Mhm.
colors. Yes, I love a K beauty device. Devices, because hey, the device, just one part of the technology associated with those devices, which is called electroporation. The fact they brought
Mhm.
this to America for us, Korea me every
Yes.
time. Like,
Yes.
electroporation works to push your skincare ingredients down into that skin so that you're faster than your hands, 500% faster than your hands can, 700%
Mhm.
faster in the larger device. That's 7x the results in terms of speed of getting the results you want. 7 times faster than using my hands. Give me the device. I don't have 10. You know what I mean? I don't have 10. I want my skin lifted,
Right.
firmer, plumper, glowy, lifted, firmer, plump, no matter what. Dark spot
Right.
free. Dark spot free. No dark spots. No dark right? Or if I have one, I want it
Mhm.
gone in a week. I want it gone in
Right.
2 weeks. I don't wanna deal with dark spots for 6 months.
I know that's right. That's too long.
So, K Beauty is great for that, especially from the device technology standpoint as well.
Yes. I also use, Skin 1004, the Centella serum. I use the serum, the brown one. I can't think of
Do you
exactly
have
what it's
it's the
called.
dark brown, the Probiotica one? It's creamy or it's like, kinda watery?
Kind of watery.
Okay, it's the OG one. That's excellent toner.
And it's not toner.
I call it
It's
toner.
oh, it's a serum.
It's a
So yeah,
serum, but
okay.
it's so runny for me. I'm like,
Mhm.
it just
Yeah.
literally runs down my face. I love it on my hands. Have you tried it on your
Mhm.
body?
No, I haven't.
Okay, let's talk about that. All of your K beauty products, especially
Mhm.
Skin 104, if you have the toner, put that toner on your body after your shower. Take that serum, run it across your chest. Just leave it. Come back and touch your skin. You're going to be like, stop. What happens on your face versus how products perform on your body is
Huh.
very different, but you will see how much you love a product based on how it wears on your body. You're
Okay,
gonna
I'm
be
about to
like,
try it.
"Why are we not putting toner why are we not using toner on the body?"
Mhm.
You're like, "Why wait a minute, I just shaved my legs. Why am I not using toner? Like, why I put lotion on my body?" And then I wonder why I have KP. Toners on the body, little serum on the knees, on the elbows, on the chest. Watch.
Mhm.
You're gonna write me and be like, "Girl, why did we not know this?" Watch. You're
Well,
not
I'm gonna try it.
Yeah, I'm like, "What
I'm
is
definitely
going
gonna try it.
on? Aha. Why is no one talking about this?" If you have a skin firming toner, put it under your
Mhm.
arms right here. Put it right here, the crepey parts of the skin. This little patch right here that people don't like, put your toner right there. That skin tone will change so fast. You won't be like, "I'm never using whatever I've been using, I'm never using it again." Watch.
Wow.
You're gonna
Okay,
love
I'm
it.
definitely gonna try that.
You're gonna love it.
Yeah, I'll try it. I also use the Beauty of Joseon
Yes,
products. I've used their moisturizer and their toner, their milky toner.
yes,
I use Anua as well, the toner. I actually introduced my daughter to that
yes,
and my best friend.
yes.
And I use Corzex. I think that's how you pronounce it.
CosRX.
Yes, CarcerX. I use their serum, the snail mucinex serum. I love that one.
Yeah.
And I also use Innisfree
Yes.
for their sunblock. And
Yes.
I noticed too that when you said to let the stuff, to absorb in your skin, I press it into my face and into my neck. I don't like rub it in. So I just, to hold it against my face and things so it can absorb more. So that's what I do as well.
I love Innisfree has a new thing that I just got. What I do, just so you know, my method when I test brands, I get one thing, and if I like that one thing, then I'll try one other thing, and if I like those two things, then I'll maybe get a third or fourth and a fifth. That's how it works. But you got one chance, and hopefully, I choose the
Right.
right one thing. They have a green ceramide toner. I'm wearing it on my skin now. It's a milky toner.
Mhm.
They need to put it in a big bottle. They need to put it in a big
I'm gonna have to find it.
bottle because the bottle's like this big, and I was like, "This feels beautiful on the skin. Not sticky, not gummy." Because sometimes your products can be a little sticky depending, right? Depending on the ingredients. Beautiful. I do like Innisfree. Beauty of Joseon has they drove me crazy. They upset me because my tone in their mineral sunscreen has never been available. Can't get it at Sephora, can't get it anywhere, can never get it. And so they
Mhm.
irritated me. But them was my folks. Okay, I love them, but when I get mad, I get mad. Okay, I'm not perfect. They have a mask that I really like. It's called the glow mask. They have an alpha arbutin serum that I really like. Their serum discovery set. Maybe try
Mhm.
all 4 of their serums. They have one that has propolis. I love them. I love their serum collection. It just I don't wanna say what's better than their serums are great, and they're phenomenal on the
Yeah.
body. One use, you'll be like, "Oh, let me stop." Okay. CosRX, my favorite from them, I do love their alpha arbutin serum, their
Huh.
skin discoloration one. I like their niacinamide serum. I like those 2 together. Those 2 work really great together at brightening the skin. I also love their patches, their under eye patches.
Yes. Yes, I've
Very
seen those
good.
very
The
popular.
new ones, the
Yeah.
orange container with the PDRN, brightening
Mhm.
ones, I love those. I love them. Very
Okay.
good. They're all in my refrigerator. Um, their Mucin products, globally popular products sold in airports. Like, the girls
Mm.
love that product. Put it on your body
Mhm.
and come back and let me know. You're gonna be like, "Why am I putting this on my face? I'm putting it on my" You will not wear lotion.
Okay, I'm definitely gonna try it.
Put your milky toners, especially when it starts to get warmer. Like, I would never wear
Mhm.
if I lived in a humid climate, I would never wear lotion. My skin wouldn't be able to take it. Like, I'm too thick, I'm too I'd be sweating. I could never wear cream, but I would absolutely wear toners, milky toners.
Uh,
Use that Beauty of Joseon milky toner, double it on your legs. They're gonna like glazed donut. Put it
okay.
on once, let it dry, put it on again. You're gonna be like,
Mhm.
"What am I wearing lotion for?" It'll change your concept of, like, creaminess being on or the necessity of it, and then put your mousse in. You're gonna be like, "Stop. What is going on?" Do it across your chest. You'll see. You're gonna be like, "Stop." That is a great product on the body. It's phenomenal, and especially after shaving or after, like,
Mhm.
laser hair removal, telling you. Plump, glowy, soft, toned, like, even, beautiful skin. Everything you just said, just like that. I'll get the sunscreen and come back and let you know.
Yes, I'll definitely will try that. I will. And it's a couple other things I started to use. I did use Medicube. I heard you mention that. So I started using their moisturizers that have like the beads in it. I have the pink. I got them on
Uh-huh, I've been
a
seeing.
couple of them I got from the TikTok shop, but
Yeah,
one I got from Ulta. So I have the one with the pink beads and the one that's brown that has the like lemon smell. It really smells fresh and it has the yellow beads. And then I have the other one.
collection.
I'm sorry.
The Deep Vita C collection. Brighten.
Yes, yes.
That's my
So
favorite collection from them.
yeah, so I purchased all of them and I really do enjoy their moisturizers. And I also use, because I have some hyperpigmentation, so I use Dr. Althea, but I use her gentle serum
Mhm.
for the hyperpigmentation. And it's definitely been working. I can definitely say that.
I haven't tried Dr.
Yes.
Althea, but Medicube's skin brightening collection, the Deep Vita C collection,
Hmm.
tea. It's my favorite collection of theirs by a landslide. I know they have some like anti-acne products with succinic acid, too strong for my skin based on all the other things that I use. I think they're probably great
Hmm.
for some people, depending on your skin concern, how much you exfoliate, what else you're using. But that Deep Vita C collection, if you have the glutathione toner,
Hmm.
put on that body. Telling you, shake it. It's a dual phase toner. Shake it really good. It's yellow, it's creamy, it's milky. Your skin, you're gonna be like, I'm about to be on somebody's island. 'Cause
Right.
I didn't know my skin
Wow.
could look like this. I didn't know that my cellulite can look like this. I didn't know, like, it changes how you feel about every piece of your body.
Mm,
Period. Like, I'm telling you, please do it. If there's no other takeaway, please use your K beauty products on that body.
okay.
On clean right.
And the listeners heard it first. Use it on your body. And I'm going to be one of the first people to use it on my body. I am definitely going to start doing that
Do that.
and let my daughter and my best friend know. And my aunt actually, I had suggested K beauty products to her, and she wanted to know which ones I were using. I can't recall which ones she uses, but she went and purchased them from TJ Maxx and Marshalls because they also carry K beauty skincare in there as well. But you can get it, a little bit cheaper instead of going, because I know Ulta carries it now, and I think Sephora may have it as well. And I heard that Sephora is supposed to be it has a partnership with Olive Young where you can, when you go to Korea, you go to Olive Young's everywhere. That's where you can buy a lot of K beauty skin products. So they're supposed to be doing a partnership in America with Olive Young. So, but just want to say that these products can be found at TJ Maxx and Marshalls. So my aunt, she purchases her products from there, and then she loved it so much, and her skin, she loved the results of her skin. And then my uncle asked her about it and she got him wearing it, and then her son, this has my influence, I guess, on the K beauty skin products has, gone a little bit farther. So I definitely, that's why one of the reasons I wanted to have you on here is to, definitely talk about that and why, it's so popular, but yet it does work for, our skin as well.
It does work really well on African American skin. Like, it just does. I mean, I've heard the girls, the different ethnic group influencers talk about it. Everybody seems to love it, but for us, because they organically think and prioritize hyperpigmentation, which is every single black and brown person's concern, because no matter what happens to our skin, we're going to get a dark spot because it works so beautifully to minimize our pores. And you see that like glow above your brow. that just like natural glow from skin because it does such a beautiful job illuminating that. We gonna ride for it. We just are.
Yes,
We just
definitely.
are. But I'm telling you, the body.
Yes. So now I have to share that with them. Well, they'll be watching this anyway. So
The body. That glutathione
yes.
toner on the body is gorgeous.
Yes.
It's
We definitely
beautiful.
will try
2
that.
layers, make sure that you are remember skin flooding? It was talked about all last year. Skin flooding, skin flooding. Just using multiple layers of your toner, use it 2 times. You'll be like, "What is going on? Let me put some shorts on." Okay, let me just see. Let me just see. And then you can use all of those great mists with your newer innovations for the brands on your skin as it
Mhm.
gets warm. Just, like, keep refreshing your skin, keep reminding your body that, like, it's cool, we're calm, don't erupt, okay, don't break out, we're happy, we're hydrated. Like, just keep using those. They're great. All of them are great. Spray it on your legs, uh, the
Yes.
calves. I'm telling I wish I could, like, take a plane and just fly all over and be like, "Dear black girl, exfoliate that body and put that toner on those legs. Thank
Yes.
me later." I will put lotion
Yeah.
out of business, honestly. Telling you, your only reason why you would ever use a lotion is to get, uh, AHA or BHA in your routine.
Right.
Right? Like, and those lotions are fantastic, but if your lotion doesn't have retinol, if your lotion doesn't have an AHA or BHA in it, we don't need it. We're doing
Mm.
body serums and toners
Right.
for when I say beautiful skin that you wanna touch, that you don't mind letting somebody touch, that will look good when you are in your skimpiest or nakedness of yourself,
Mhm.
which also boosts your confidence, right?
It does.
And that's my whole thing, like, "Babe, I don't give a damn about no cellulite. I don't care about that. I don't care about your body fat. I don't care about your cellulite. I got all that. Stretch marks, who cares? These men don't care about that. Make that
Mhm.
skin as glowy and beautiful from head to toe. You are gonna wanna go outside. Somebody
Right.
gonna have to see it.
Yes.
That hair gonna be up in a ponytail, and you're gonna be outside, and people are gonna be like, "Hey," because your aura, how you carry yourself when your sun reflects light is different.
Mhm.
I just started doing skincare routine. Okay, boo. That's what right, exactly. Building the life you want for yourself from the outside in. That's what it is.
Right. Since you was talking about, taking care of your body, like, putting the toner on your body, for instance, I want to get into shower talk.
Oh,
Cause I know, I guess it was last summer. It was a big thing with black girl shower talk. And why do you think shower care has become self care?
I think shower care has always been self-care,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that brands have known that, but they haven't spoken to consumers like that, right? I don't know if you remember the Caress body product.
Yes.
Well, Caress was one of the first brands to really, like, step out and tell women to luxuriate in the shower.
Mm-hmm.
Take your time, caress before you dress, and it was, like, this whole dramatization of, like, getting ready, right? And I
Yes.
grew up in the caress before you dress era. I grew up with the Oprah on television, and they sponsored her show. It was like an ad a day. So we had caress in our house because and we were was ultra feminine woman from the South, so she was gonna caress before she dressed. Her daughters would go caress before they dressed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, take my mama out of it and take our experience out of it. There are people who didn't have that experience. Maybe they weren't
Right.
home after school. Maybe they went to an after school program. They didn't see TV. They didn't get that ad nonstop. They didn't have that ingrained in their mind that your shower experience is luxury,
Mm-hmm.
right? And they learned it later. I think there's something unique that happens when you're an adult when you start becoming intimate or craving intimacy from a partner where
Mm-hmm.
you want to be as clean as possible
Right.
for that experience. And I'm just going to say that for black people because we just found out that some people weren't washing their legs.
Yes, we did.
Okay.
And I I don't wanna say what my profession is because I don't tell people, but,
Okay.
I just found out that not everybody bathe every day too, which my eyes are probably big on here because I did not know that they were excited because that day was their bath day, and I'm like, What do you mean that day was your bath day? You just was"
Right.
as Black
I could
people say, "You was out
cry.
here ripping and running, and you was sweating, and what you mean, like, you didn't take a shower yesterday? You was ripping and running yesterday?" And you was sweating. So what do you mean? They was like very excited about that. And I'm just confused because I thought people took a bath every day. or sometimes twice a day, depending
If
on
you
who
live in
you
a
are.
humid climate, how do you not? You know what I'm saying? How does your body feel sticky?
Mhm.
It's not just me being from another. No, that sweat down the back of that neck messes with your psyche up here. Sweat
Right.
dripping down the down the side of the body, in between the thighs, back of the leg. That messes with your head. You feel sticky, like things are sticking to you. In your body, if you are used to the ritual of cleanliness,
Right.
you're gonna wash up in a sink if you have to,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Look, but there is a real phenomenon around people not engaging in daily cleansing habits. And I think that's how Shower Talk was born.
Right.
Because we're like, what you mean? You weren't washing your legs. We've been at work with y'all. You know what I mean? What you mean
Right.
the shampoo comes off your hair and that's how your bottom gets washed?
Right.
What do you mean? Y'all are not opening crevices and y'all are what?
Yes.
Right? That's how that piece of Black culture got amplified because all of us were aligned in our what?
Yes.
What you mean? You're not taking this, you're not doing that, you're not doing right? That's what happened to us, right? We all were
Mhm.
shocked. Now, I think and I've seen and people have commented on my posts. They're very, open about being like, "Hey, I love talking about I learned about black girl shower talk and black girl shower routine. I've been doing my black girl shower routine and my body is so soft and I got an African net sponge and my body is." And it's like that's wild. It's a wild concept that maybe you just learned how to shower in 2023 or 2024 and you're like 60.
Right.
You've been out here in the
Right.
world bringing up people's groceries, baking cakes, owning businesses, passing, you know what I'm saying? And you have not been clean.
Right.
Okay. For us, though, that lack of cleanliness omits significant odor because we don't wash our hair every day. So they can
Right.
pretend because they wash their hair every day that they're clean. But as people who don't wash our hair every day, we are very locked in on getting that water on the body,
Right.
and that odor not stinking is important to our community.
Mhm.
And those two things go hand in hand, which is
Right.
why we are massive fragrance consumer, which is why we look at body wash from a completely different lens, which is why Caress started putting Black women in their ads
Mhm.
because we are the ones who were purchasing Caress. We do want that perfumed body wash, luxuriated experience. We do want to take that time for ourselves. Sometimes, as single parents, which a lot of us were, that's the only time we had for ourselves was that
Yes.
shower. You know,
Yes.
that's all I got is my bath time. I bath,
Mhm.
right? And so it's easy for me to draw a straight line to how we ended up with a humongous united community around Black Girl Shower Talk or Black Girl Shower routines because we are all aligned on that front. Needed, required, we'll have it even if we gotta do it in a bird bath. We're gonna do it. The bird gotta go. We're gonna put some fresh water in there and we're gonna use that. Like we're gonna turn that bird bath into a sink.
Exactly.
Right? And so that is the major difference for us
Mhm.
versus other cultures. And it's almost an unspoken thing, but I feel like all of us have like a grandparent or aunt or a person that's older who's like, go wash your,
Mhm.
not, oh, go
Yes.
take a shot, go wash your,
Mhm.
y'all stink. You smell like pup,
Yes.
go right? And so for us, it's so tethered and ingrained in our very culture to send the kids to
Mhm.
get clean before they go to bed. Ain't nobody going to bed dirty and stinking. You're not coming in this
Yes.
house from outside and frolicking on my furniture stank,
Yes. That is so true.
right? Go brush them teeth. Go wash. I don't want to see
Mhm.
crust on your face.
Yeah.
We can. Go wash your face, go brush those teeth, wash under your arm. Like we're very direct about the habits that allow us to be accepted and acceptable not only amongst our own community, but amongst the world. We ain't have you ever heard of somebody be like, he stinks, and that person stinks again on the next day on a regular basis? Never, not a Black person. He
Yeah.
might have stunk in that moment, but once somebody told him with authority, "You stink," they
Mhm.
said, "I will not stink again.
Yeah.
You caught me slipping, but you won't catch me again," right?
Mhm.
And I think that there's an important aspect of us consistently making our kids carry that throughout our lives. Our kids need to hear, "Go
Right.
wash your open the
Mhm.
crevices, do the things." Our kids need to
Yes.
know the same way we were taught so that it never
Mhm.
dies, so that we never adopt that strategy of, oh, maybe another day, maybe we'll skip the legs because it's easy to assimilate to that, right? When it's propagated,
Right.
they're like, yeah. And that's the other concept with the lady who just got in trouble for putting her panties in the coffee maker.
Yeah. Yeah.
That level of nasty is something that we don't associate ourselves with. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? So
Yes.
that's why Black Girl Shower routine is top tier content because we're gonna take that
Mhm.
time. It might be the only time we have.
Right.
And we are for certain not gonna allow for our cleanliness to be what disallows us to participate.
Right. Getting into some exfoliation in our showers, I know one of the things I want to talk about is the African exfoliating net, which you mentioned before. Why do people swear by it?
I don't know, I don't like them.
Really?
I don't talk about them on my account. Don't,
Mhm.
I'm a bit of a germaphobe. Most people who love cleanliness are, right? And the
Mhm.
same way you wouldn't use your washcloth, the same one every day, is the
Mhm.
same way you shouldn't use a loofah, and the same way you
Mhm.
shouldn't use an African neck sponge on your body every single day, right? And I understand it's antimicrobial. I understand it's antibacterial. I get it. But you don't know what bacteria I had on my body today.
Right.
And I don't know what bacteria I'm gonna have in my body tomorrow. And it's not bleach. It ain't made of bleach fibers. So you can't kill
Mhm.
everything, right? Which means 9 times out of 10, bacteria from today is gonna be on my body tomorrow.
Right.
And so I don't subscribe to that notion. Like that's
Mhm.
not for me. There are also people who have been scrubbing the mess out of their skin, and that's wonderful for them, but they have not worked to improve anybody's KP that I've seen. Okay. So it's not necessarily exfoliating the way that I would want to be exfoliated. It's not using chemical exfoliators. It's just a little bit of a more abrasive way. It makes you feel more clean. I get it. I get it. But I have not seen three things that I would cite as evidence that they are phenomenal. One, people not
Mhm.
ever needing lotion again. Because for what? You're exfoliating daily. Okay.
Mhm.
One. Number two, no KP doesn't exist for you. And number three, nobody ever going back to their old method.
Mm.
Like I haven't seen anybody be like, I'm never going back.
Mhm.
They're like, oh my God. And I'm like, yeah, I get it. It's a phenomenon for you, but we've been using loofah since the 90s.
Right.
Black people have been using loofah since the 90s. Like I remember when Montel Williams did an episode of like cleanliness
Mhm.
and they did the blue light to see bacteria on the loofah. And
Mm.
they were like, the scientist was like, you cannot use this every day. Like there was so much bacteria on it. Okay. And I was like,
Huh.
that stayed in my brain, shook me. And I was like, I was using the hell out of a loofah. A loofah and me? I was not going to use a washcloth. I'm bougie. I want a loofah. I'm
Huh.
loofahing my body for years at that time when I saw that loofah. And he said, you have to put it in your microwave or boil it to actually kill the bacteria. Who's microwaving their African net sponge? Who's microwaving their loofahs? Nobody. We're not doing that every day. So
Mhm.
those for me are an absolute hockey sticks. No,
Mhm.
no, thank you. And I don't want to damage my skin barrier.
Mm.
I'd rather be just more strategic and mindful and use chemical to dissolve those dead, icky skin cells. And I'll use a physical scrub to scrub my body. That's what
Huh.
I'll do, and I'll have my husband do my back, and it means that I get a shower with my husband sometimes, and we get to have that moment together sometimes, which is healthy and happy for us,
Mhm.
right? And I think all of those things are the reason why. No, thank you. But to each
Well,
their
I do
own.
personally use it.
You do?
Okay. Yes, and when I first used it, I can say that I'm saved. And I
What?
can say, when I first used it, I told my, aunt and I told my cousin, I mean, my best friend, I said, "I felt like I washed away my sins and I'm saved." It was very exfoliating for me. Now, I will say I do, like, shower normally with, my soap and things before I use it, and I use it with the African Net with the Natorium
Oh,
body wash,
yes,
so I use it with that.
yes,
I do weekly, I, disinfect it with baking soda and vinegar and a hot water soak. So that's what I do, but I do use it. So I get what you're saying, and, because I was hesitant about it. It took
yeah,
me a while to buy it, but
yeah, but you got it
I
if you
did.
love it.
Yes.
If you
So I
love it
do.
for your body and you don't think that it's doing anything to your skin, do it.
Mhm.
It won't be me. But listen, and
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that you disinfect it, that you're mindful and you're boiling it, and you're also
Mhm.
cleansing your body before you use it.
Yes.
Yeah, if everybody's doing that,
I don't know.
they're using it like a wash, so
Right. No, I don't use it as that.
yeah.
How often should we exfoliate our skin without damaging our skin barrier?
I think what happens is it depends on the type of exfoliation you're using and everything you did to your skin before, right? So a lot of times people will exfoliate on the same day every single week. Like I used to do that. But because I did that, it was helpful for me to remember, okay, girl, you can't go out in the sun because you're exfoliating tomorrow. And you can't go out that day because you're exfoliating tomorrow. So I love that concept of picking one day and using that as your deep exfoliation day for the face. Okay. There should be
Mhm.
at least one deep exfoliation day and then one general exfoliation day, preferably a physical exfoliating day. Because even if you're using exfoliating toners 2 to 3 times a week, you're just dissolving, right? We need to remove. And sometimes I try to use the analogy of like dried food on your counter. Like
Mhm.
you've cooked, you wiped it down, but that food is still there. So, like your toner, yeah, maybe if you spray it with some cleaner, it'll eventually dissolve it and break it up, but it may not make it disappear. So, you still have to go through and wipe it. That's how I treat exfoliation. So, 1 to 2 times a week, one deep, one just general physical exfoliation for the face. On the body, I love exfoliation 2 to 3 times a week, sometimes four.
Mhm.
Depends on the time of year. Okay. If I know
Mhm.
that I'm going to be outside, we're exfoliating pretty regularly.
Right.
I want for my skin to look very even. I want it to be soft. I don't want it to be sweaty. I don't want it to be patchy. And I want to just use toners and no lotion,
Yes.
right? And so you want the skin to be as exfoliated as possible to allow the toners to get down into the skin to plump it. Make those knees look more smooth. Make that elbow look more smooth. Make that fat on the back of the arm look more smooth and toned. Those inner thighs that got that little cellulite drip, no, we're gonna work on that with the toner, like the aesthetic of it. So 3 to 4 times a week, typically in the warmer months.
Okay. Should we the last question about your body, should we be pre-cleansing our body like we do our face?
Oh my goodness, that is an excellent question. Yes, depends, right? So I mentioned to you I spent 24 hours no skincare. The first thing I did when I came home was drench my whole body head to toe in cleansing oil because I just wanted to like I gotta start over. I just feel like
Right.
I need a reset if things are there was a mess, full head to toe. If you're using sunscreen on the body, it should be no matter what, if you're using sunscreen, like if I was going out, I'd have sunscreen on from here to here, right? And I would use cleansing oil from
Right.
here to here because you have to get that sunscreen off. You have to pull those chemicals off the skin. Yes, you can wash the skin. It may look clean. Use your cleansing oil to really lift sunscreen off the body. Okay. So, yes, on the body, especially if you're using sunscreen, if you sweat a ton and your skin is sticky, use a cleansing oil. And one of my favorites, like there's the body wash version of this, right? You said Naturium. One of my favorite
Right.
body washes on earth is their Glow Getter Multi Oil Body Wash. You
Mhm.
can double cleanse with that. It tells
Mhm.
you on the on put it on your dry skin. Like, get it all over. Let it sit for 2 to 3 minutes. I mean, don't do the bottom of your feet because obviously you'll slip and fall, but, like, do it all over your body. Let it sit for 2 to 3 just massage it. Get in your shower, rinse your skin. You touch your skin, just touch it. You're gonna be like, that's how you know what a body wash actually does for the skin, by the way. Don't put it on wet skin. Put your body care products on dry skin. If you don't have a cleansing oil for the body, do the dry wet method. Use your body wash, whatever you use, put it on dry skin. Take your clothes off, put it on your dry skin, get in the shower, rinse. Watch the dirt run down the drain. Be shooketh by the amount of dirt that was on your body, sweat, gunk, or whatever, and then wash again. Same body wash.
Right.
That is how you know how your body is actually being cleansed from the body wash. Put it on dry skin. Sunscreen or not.
Right.
I don't care what you did. You could just you probably run a daycare, dry skin. And you'll know. You'll also know if it's drying for your skin, if it's actually the actives are in there, there's enough it's actually doing something to your skin because you'll feel it. You'll know if your skin is softer. You'll know if your skin feels more hydrated. You'll know if your skin feels greasy if you put it on dry
Mhm.
skin first.
Okay. That's a great tip.
You will love it. It changes everything. Double cleansing the body makes you go, "Well, let me see what else I can do to the body." What else can I do with
Right.
skincare? Let me see, because that's how you learn, just by doing little tiny experiments. How's this on my dry skin? Test it on your hand.
Mhm.
Look at it. Do you see a change in the texture? No? Okay. Try something else on this hand.
Right.
Really see, okay, yeah, that did work to improve the texture. I could feel it in this spot right here. Oh, that's interesting. Now I can put it on my elbows. Now I can put it on my knees, right? That toner, that serum, that thing. But when it comes to body wash, I love a double cleanse, especially if you work in the public,
Mhm.
if you have kids in sports, if you're around children, juvenile germs, that double cleanse is you're gonna need it, want it, desire it, and chase it down.
Keep you healthy, huh?
But it also gives you a little bit, just a few more minutes
Right.
with yourself.
Yes.
And that is so
Yeah.
important. Like, just if you don't need all day, but you do need a few more minutes sometimes to just be with
Mhm.
yourself. And if it gives you that, take it. That's the
Right.
excuse you need. Do it.
Okay, I wanted to get into now the talked about the outside of your body, so talking about the inside of your body. So I know that nutrients for your body are very important and having a balanced diet. But besides those things, there are a few things that I wanted to talk about today, and one of them is gut health. And I've seen a lot of talk about your gut health and improving your gut health, especially like with fiber. So like people are talking about how they're getting their fiber with, I know one of the ways is chia seeds and flax seeds. Why is gut health connected to the skin?
There is a gut brain skin axis. What happens in our, there's also a gut vagina, gut brain. There's, your gut is the center of your immunity. It's HQ for immunity. It signals everything to your brain. This person is sick. They have this thing, do this thing. This is happening. That thing is happening. Do this thing. Now, what our skin serves as is a mechanism to see how well we are.
Mhm.
So you will notice when you, if you've ever known somebody who had a lot of acne, they're very constipated. If you notice, especially acne down here in the chin, girls that have
Huh?
PCOS typically are constipated. So your hormonal health and wellness and how your brain treats your body is related to the amount of ick in your gut. Okay. And
Right.
everybody goes, water, water, water. Well, water is essentially the mechanism to help move things through the gut.
Mhm.
People go, "You drink water, it hydrates your skin." Well, not that simply, it doesn't, right? It has to
Right.
still go through all of the mechanisms that every other thing that we take does, right? And
Mhm.
so supplementation is critical, especially if you're not eating your 5 veggies and fruits a day,
Right.
okay? And most of us aren't. We don't have time, okay?
Mhm.
Vegetables are different today than they were 10 years ago, than they
Right.
were 20 years ago,
Mhm.
right? And I think that habits of gut health has always been ingrained in us. Like, um, one thing that I know that we've done that a lot of people don't do is like castor oil our kids. I don't castor oil well, I was a castor oiled kid. My mom will go, "Oh,
Mhm.
you don't feel good? Castor oil, get that gut cleaned out." Let's start there before we see what else the next thing is. And typically after castor oil, nothing was wrong,
Wow.
right? And so I did not like that experience. I hate the way it tastes. I've never done that to my kids ever. I am really mindful about making sure they get fatty fish and omegas in. Okay, we're very mindful about making sure they get asparagus in. I didn't eat asparagus as a kid. My mama didn't eat that. But my kids eat
Uh-huh.
asparagus. We ate spinach all the time. Okay, when I was a kid, all the time. My kids don't eat a lot of spinach. My kids eat a ton of broccoli rabe. There was no broccoli rabe when I was little, didn't exist in my mind,
Right.
right? But those are the things that I do to like be mindful about making sure they're getting something green in their diet. Eating green
Mhm.
things, putting phytonutrients in the body, specifically in the gut, gives this like prebiotic, probiotic thing. It kind of feeds the good bacteria so that things can move. When things are moving, going in and going out, your skin will reflect it. Your
Right.
skin will reflect it. Your skin will go, ooh, thank you. Thank you for the oranges. Thank you for the apples. Thank you for the this, right? And you'll notice if you're drinking a lot of soda, actually, let me say this correctly. There are people, this is a big disclaimer, with fantastic skin that drink Dr. Pepper all day,
Mm.
haven't had water in 2 years.
Wow.
And there are people who live there who would not drink water unless it was in an IV drip. okay, right? And their skin is not bad. However, their liver is this big
Right.
and them kidneys is shot, right? And they might have ED. There's there's always going to be a balance. So skin health and gut health are directly correlated. Constipation, you'll see acne appear on the skin and on the body. You might even see
Mhm.
eczema, which can also be correlated to gut wellness and gut health, right?
Yeah. You mentioned prebiotic and probiotics, and I know for me personally, I do some drinks such as Olipop and Poppy, but do you think that those drinks actually help?
No, to be honest. I think that people love Poppy. Okay. And that's enough testimony for me. I just haven't really dove. I don't love carbonated drinks like that. I love a kombucha. Kombucha me down to the moon. But when it comes to like carbonated drinks, I wouldn't drink them. I'd rather just take the probiotic or like get a
Mhm.
gummy version. But if you
Mhm.
feel like you have less bloat and less backup and things are moving smooth, then it's working. It's really
Yeah.
to the individual. You know what I'm saying? I do believe that if they say they got probiotics in there, maybe they got it in there. And if people's guts are happy and thriving, I believe you. Like I had a girl tell me, I don't like kombucha. It doesn't make me go to the bathroom. I said, I don't believe you. Like I don't know.
Right.
You should go see a doctor
Mhm.
because why? How's that possible? Right? Like you literally see the bacteria at the bottom. You see the
Right.
you drink it all the way down to the bottom. You drank the whole. I'm like, how? Right? And I think that's fair for anything that people take. Sometimes people are gonna really feel it and be excited about it, but you know better because you take it. You have your before and after. So it could work
Mhm.
phenomenally for you and maybe not necessarily for me. I just haven't dove into them. But I believe whatever they say it is. Until someone tells me, and with that I can believe used it correctly, that didn't
Mhm.
work for them, I have no reason to believe that those things don't work. I think the girls love them
Yes.
because
Yes.
'cause they're
I've
not
tried
cheap.
kombucha as well. No.
They're not if you're spending the money and investing in them, they must be doing something,
Mhm.
right? Like, they're not
Yes.
cheap. What did you say about kombucha?
I'm sorry, I said that I have tried it before as well.
Do you like
Yeah.
kombucha?
Yes, I do.
I
Mhm.
love a
Yeah.
kombucha, honey. Give it to me every time. I think they're
Yeah.
great. I like the way they taste. I like that little gingery, snappy thing that some of them have. I like that they don't make me feel bloated and gassy. So I love a kombucha, but that's not my probiotic choice, especially when it comes to skin health. That would not be it.
So speaking of choice,
Yeah,
which one is better, supplements or food?
supplements.
Why?
With supplements, every single person that takes that supplement's getting the consistent experience.
Mhm.
When it comes to food, we all have different dietary things. So what can you
Right.
really attribute? Is it a pescatarian getting more vegetables than a person who's a carnivore? Not necessarily. Is a vegan getting more macronutrients and micronutrients than a person who's a carnivore? Not necessarily. You might perceive that, but if that vegan only eats pasta and red sauce every day, what are they doing to supplement their skin health?
Right.
Right? Like we think, oh, it's a vegan person. So we just imagine piles of vegetables and legumes and rice. But
Mhm.
if they're not eating raw, getting all their nuts in,
Mhm.
huge part of that diet, by the way, nuts and beans in, then I might be eating better than a vegan.
Right.
Right. And so I'm going to always say supplement because our diets are different. And then how we live each dietary lifestyle can be different.
Right.
I think if you are super disciplined and you are eating 5 vegetables, a nut a day, no palm oils, no hydrogenated oils, right? Sure, there's a possibility. But if you still work the same construction site as that man over there who's eating steak and
Mhm.
eggs and spinach every day, that person might be healthier than
Right.
you, you know?
Yeah. Since you brought up supplements, and I'm going to say this, a disclaimer again, do your research and definitely
Absolutely.
discuss, with your provider which one's best for you. There are various types of supplements. There's multivitamins, B12 for energy, PCOS vitamins, iron vitamins, cod liver oil, black seed oil, fish oil, magnesium, to name a few. Is multivitamins, do you think that that's necessary or overrated?
Gosh, that's a loaded question. So I think the concept of the multivitamin can be overrated. I think there are ways you can build your own unique supplement stack that is designed to serve your needs, right? The problem, mostly, in my opinion, and this is all opinion, I'm not a doctor. None of these statements, okay, have been evaluated by the FDA. So let me give my disclaimer, right? Nothing I say is designed to cure, treat, prevent, or diagnose anything, but hear me. A multivitamin makes people believe, rather, that they're getting everything they need in that one supplement, which is a little bit of trickery. People think, oh, I have a multivitamin, so I'm taking everything I need. And it's like, well, who said that? Well, how do you know what you need? Did you go to the doctor and get your blood drawn to see if you are iron deficient, vitamin D deficient? How do you know? Right. And so multivitamin to me can be tricky. And I think that people should have their blood drawn and really understand what their body needs right now in the present. Like,
Mm-hmm.
people need to stop saying, I know I'm anemic because I be cold. When, when everybody else is hot and I'm cold. And it's like, that doesn't mean you're anemic, right?
Right.
I want for people to understand what their body needs and do what their body needs consistently. Because for me, taking a supplement is one of the steps in an action plan towards longevity.
Mm-hmm.
A person who takes supplements is a person who has a plan for their future, who wants a certain outcome. And that outcome is typically keep me here as long as possible, as well as I could possibly be, right?
Mm-hmm.
For as long as possible. And we use supplements to give us what our diets can. And right now, the way prices are, supplements can be more affordable than the groceries that it might be required for you to get all of the things that you need that you can be deficient in. So multivitamin as a term, I do not like. I do not like. I think it tricks people. And I believe that every single person should be personalizing their supplement stack. My husband can't take what I take. He don't need a vaginal probiotic.
Right.
Does he need a probiotic? Yes. But he don't need the one that has the bacteria that goes down into my vagina,
Right.
right? And so being really
Right.
intentional and not just throwing things into your household and be like, we just take this. We just take cod liver oil. Well, why are you taking cod liver oil?
Right.
And where's it derived from? Where are those cod from?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So those types of things are the nuances that I think can significantly change how a supplement performs and whether a person will consistently take it.
Right.
Because if you don't feel
Right.
that, I'm not paying for it. If you don't
That's so
feel
true.
better, we have to have a noticeable difference. And there are a few supplements that I've noticed in my piece that I
Mm-hmm.
stand 10 toes down on and feel like every single person should have. And when I talked to my OBGYN about it, she was like, oh, I take that, I take that, I take that. And I'm like, your personal things that you're doing is what I want you to write down for me. Don't write down nothing else.
Right.
Not what the book, like, so you know this information, but you're not telling me about it. I'm telling you about it,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because it's not a prescriptive.
Right.
So those types of things, when doctors say things to you like, "Oh, get more exercise." And we're all like,
Uh-huh.
"Yeah, okay. Right. Well, it's time for exercise." What your doctor should probably say in a more complete statement would be, "You should be lifting some weights occasionally because your body is going to start declining this specific thing called NAD, and NAD can greatly affect your hormonal health, man or woman. It is what we call an anti-aging hormone, if you will, and it trigger your body to start to decline because its levels are decreasing. But lifting weights 2 times a week can keep your brain thinking that you are younger than you are and continuously producing NAD for you, which will help make you look
Mm-hmm.
more younger and feel more younger rather than exercise regularly.
Right.
No, I need bone density as a woman.
Right.
Tell me I need bone density. I need to lift weights because I need to increase my bone density because at some point my fall risk is going to increase,
Right.
right? And don't tell me to have a healthy weight. Tell me how, right? Tell me how to flatten this tummy without going to get the lipo.
Right.
Don't just give me an injection and say, go, 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 you'll be fine. No, I want you to tell me explicitly, girl, you need to get on that treadmill for 31 minutes on this day, 47 minutes on this day. You need to do this. You need to measure this and
Right.
come back. That to me is
Right.
quality, functional health and wellness. And why I built my supplement stack to be the way it is because of what the doctors don't tell me.
Right.
That's just my way. Not everyone's going to be that way. Some people are going to live and die by what their doctor says, and that's fine. But for me, as a girl who loves a margarita, who will
Mhm.
have a glass of champagne, a girl who loves to
Mhm.
celebrate, who lives a big life, who coaches, who's a mom and a wife and a person, a multi-decade careered person. I'm going to have NAD in my supplement stack no matter what. I'm also going to take my tail back to the gym all the time now and never have another 7-month lapse because I'm closer to 50 and I don't want to fall and have a fall change the trajectory of my life. I don't want to be on a cane. So, like,
Right.
past skin, right, which NAD works to support the skin health, brain
Mhm.
health, gut health, right? Literally your entire system. I need supplements for my life to live and exist in the skin that I have,
Mhm.
right? And so, supplements for me is a non negotiable.
Right.
Supplements for me are preventative for me.
Mhm.
I take them with a preventative mindset because I don't want for things to happen related to just certain levels of a specific amino or acid in my body declining.
Mhm.
Like, what? I still feel sexy. I still feel fine. But what if I'm not?
Right.
And I don't want to wait until I feel bad to
Right.
find out the worst thing. So everything for me is about preventing. And if aesthetic or vanity is your
Mhm.
motivator to keep your tummy flatter, to make sure that you're pooping, right? To make
Mhm.
sure that you don't have pimples, then so be it. Go gut health,
Right.
all laser focus and laser center your supplements stack on gut health. But I do recommend getting that blood work because just in case your vitamin D is low, that gut health stuff ain't gonna do that.
Right. Right. And I agree. You should have your supplements tailored for you. And I take supplements as well. And I like you said, I take them for preventative things as measures as well.
Yeah.
And I noticed that one of the things I take is fish oil. Well, not fish oil, it's omega-3 because I'm not able to take fish oil, but it's a version of fish oil. And I noticed that when I did not take it, I think I missed it for a day. I could feel it like in my bones because it
It
helps.
helps
And
with
like
your
you said,
joints.
yes, being in your late 40s, and I'm also close to 52, you definitely want to take, supplements that are helping you with bone density and things. Also, I'm grateful for my doctor because when you were talking about giving a specific plan, that my doctor did explain that. Like, at the age you are, you should be lifting weights, especially because perimenopause is knocking on the door as well. So you want to be, incorporating weight training in your everyday exercise, just to be able to keep that strength going as well.
It's hard to
So you are
build strength.
absolutely correct.
It's really hard to build strength, especially if you've never done it before. I'm fortunate that I've always kind of been fitness minded or like fitness adjacent. I know always how far I've been off of something. So I'll like, okay, let me dive
Mhm.
in and I'll go really hard for 2 years. And I'm grateful for those stints where I'm a maniac for 2 years because I have great muscle memory. But for people who have never considered their bone health. They didn't know, right?
Right.
Or people who have never been around seniors that are unwell so that you understand the body degenerates, right? Like it just shifts and that all the little things that you do now matter in those years. I think it would change a lot of things for a lot of people, just the outlook and how we perceive the prioritization of supplements. Like we don't have a doctor like you. You're very fortunate to have a doctor who's like, "No, get in that gym." Not just, "Well, regular exercise." No, I need you to direct me sometimes. I'm
Right.
human, right? I came here for a cold. You're talking about my perimenopause, which a word we just found out about 5 years ago.
Right.
We just found out about
Yes.
perimenopause 5 years ago. We've had children. Nobody said, "Oh, by the way, there's gonna be this thing that creeps up. You're gonna feel like a psychopath. Your
Right.
body's going to change. You're not gonna like yourself. You may not like your partner." More women end up in this like, when you look back and think about your friends whose parents failed in their marriage, it happened during their time their mama was in perimenopause.
Mhm.
But their mama didn't know they were in perimenopause because she just
Right.
found out that she was in perimenopause because her 44-year-old daughter told her mom, "I'm in perimenopause." And I did the math, and back when you and dad were having that time, you were probably in perimenopause.
Mhm.
You know? So,
Yep.
like, taking adaptogens and nootropics and just the concept of learning about those things and making sure that they're included in your body's well-being, your entirety of your well-being, I think is super important up here because it's
Yes.
training your brain that this person is not trying to go nowhere, okay? So, let me
Yes.
lock in. She tried to get with the perimenopause trick, but it didn't work. She started taking supplements, okay? So right? And that's terrifying that 5 years ago
Mhm.
again, I'm almost 50. I just found out about perimenopause after I was already in it
Right.
from the internet,
Right.
not my OBG.
Mhm.
That person didn't tell me, but when I went and told her how crazy I was and everything I was taking, she said, "Oh, yeah, I take all that." And I'm like, "You should." I felt offended and I was upset and betrayed because, like, if you knew this was happening, why didn't you prepare me?
Right.
But they don't. They're not trained to prepare us. Preparedness
Mhm.
means we won't go see them when the things go wrong, right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
I'm not mad at doctors, but do better.
Right. How has caring for your body changed your confidence?
Wow. Caring for my body is the only reason why I have confidence sometimes because I've taken the time to do the thing for me. I've prioritized myself. I'm never allowing for my cup, my little cut invisible cup, to be emptied. That doesn't happen
Mhm.
for me. Even on days that are rough, I'm still gonna have that shower, baby. We're still exfoliating. We're still putting our toner on. We're still right because and the term self care is I don't love it. It feels a little pretentious, but
Mhm.
I feel like if my skin is good, I'm good. I'm good.
Right.
I'm good. My kids are fed. Check. Kids are happy. Check. I don't have the best day. Check. But this skin tonight, this routine's going to eat down. And that's how I can wake up every day and I can look forward to whatever I did to my skin last night. Let me go look at my face. Okay. Can I do that again tonight? And that just gives you a fresh start, something to look forward to. So yeah, confidence in skincare for me,
Yes.
honestly, without like 24 hours without skincare, honest to God, I felt like I had to go see a probation officer. Like I had left a jail. I felt defeated looking. Like, I was imagining all the different skincare I was gonna use. Driving home, I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna do that," and like a maniac, just trying to get back to my ritual that, like, just brings me back to feeling like me,
Mhm.
just standing on my little square, just feeling like myself. I was way above it, looking down at it, but just to be feeling like myself again is what it means for me to be confident anyway.
Right. What is one habit or health habit that you had to unlearn?
Ooh, what's one health habit that I had to unlearn? I don't like chicken that much.
Mhm.
So, having my husband just came here, having to have a little chicken sometimes and not have steak is I love a steak. I love red meat. I love a carne asada. I love a Mexican meal. Beans, rice, meat, bring me the food, bring me a margarita. So just being a little bit more disciplined in like celebratory things has been important.
Yes, that is important.
Yeah.
And that's so funny you love steak. I love chicken.
I feel like a lot of my husband loves he's a chicken person. He loves chicken. I'm like, "Steak me.
Yeah.
Steak me. Give me a plate of vegetables. I'd rather have a bunch of vegetables than to have
Mm.
chicken, unless it's fried." But see, that's the other thing. It's like just having the discipline about, "Okay, I'll have the grilled chicken. I'll have the thing that's not my first choice thing." Is important.
Right.
Yeah. It's a big shift. You have to be really locked in to do that. Like, "Okay, well, maybe I won't have the french fry."
Right. You've given a lot of great information and advice today. If someone who's listening to this, if they're feeling overwhelmed, where should they start first?
Out. I would start with taking stock of what you currently have, throwing away what's expired. That's the first thing, right? And if it's expired, don't buy that thing again. Try some things that are new and really be intentional with your purchases. Even if you start small and you want to spend $30, start over. Start with skincare products that are designed for your skin type and your skin concerns, not what your homegirl has. Unless you're lucky and you and your homegirl have the same skin type and the same skin concern, right? Be really intentional. Spend $30. Buy serums that make sense. Hyaluronic acid is not for everybody. If you're over 25, get retinol in your skincare routine once a week. Make sure you're double cleansing at minimum and air dry your skin. If you just do those you will start to notice the canvas that you work on being different. You'll approach that canvas differently. You'll prioritize that canvas differently. And do not neglect your body. Your body circulation system needs to be touched. Use your skincare on your body. Massage your body. Fall in love with your body. Touch your body every day. And then come back after a week and let me know how you do. Like always. I'm always like, come back and tell me, friend. So we can optimize it. Look, that's what it is. Our life is all about optimizing. So come back and tell me.
Yes. So you all heard it here first. Touch your body so that you fall in love with your body. So falling in love with your body helps to build confidence in you. If you have enjoyed this episode of season 3 of You Grow Girl, please share it with a person, because it doesn't just have to be a woman, who needs to hear it. I would like to thank our guest, Ashkia, again for being on the show. Can you please let my listeners know where they can find you?
Yes, thank you so much for having me. I am Skintelligentsia everywhere. So on TikTok, on Instagram, I'm just now getting on YouTube a little bit. I'm on Facebook as Skintelligentsia, so you can find me anywhere.
Okay, and we'll have her information in the notes. I hope that you have all enjoyed episode 4 of season 3. And if this episode, again, helped you, please share it with a woman, man,
Yeah.
teenager, because a lot of teens are into skincare, who needs to hear it. I am your host, Stacey C. Please do not forget to subscribe, share, like, and comment, and make time to see you glow, girl.